Hey everybody, I'm MrSebbelonien. This is Weekly Win. Let's go. And after waiting for so long, here he is, the one and only Grian.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. I'm very excited for this actually. I was kind of disappointed to be honest when you went on a vacation.
Yeah, well, there's nothing I could do about it. You
Yeah,
did
of
ask
course.
me the day before I was
Yeah.
leaving.
So that was kind of unfortunate. But here you are. So we're gonna start with the questions. Grian, who are you?
Yes. I am Grian. I have been working on Wynncraft for 2 years. I am a YouTuber and occasionally I stream.
All right. So, where are you from?
I'm from the UK, more specifically England.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
I'm I've just turned 22.
Okay. Do you have any job except your YouTube and Wynncraft?
No, although I wouldn't consider YouTube a job, really. I've only kind of just gotten into YouTube. I was just doing it casually and I still am. Wynncraft is my full-time job, and if you knew how much work I have to put into it, you'd understand that Wynncraft would not be possible if I had to do a full-time job as well. But I have had full-time jobs in the past, and I, most importantly, went to university for 3 years, and I started doing Wynncraft in my second year of university.
Oh, did you? But you finished. You graduated.
I did, I finished. I didn't enjoy it, but I
Oh,
finished.
well, that's good for the future, I guess.
Well, I
Uh,
turned well, I turned up to about 33% of the lectures, so I
oh,
wouldn't say that it is
oh,
it's useful. I still got a good grade though, so it's
yeah.
okay.
Okay, so were you the one who came up with the idea of Wynncraft? And in that case, how?
Absolutely not. I did not come up with Wynncraft at all, although I did contribute to the ideas behind it. It was actually Salted that came up with the idea of the MMO in Minecraft. He
Okay.
came to me over 2 years ago now and said, "Yo, I've got this idea. Do you want to do it?" And he sort of laid it down on the table, and I said, "Yep, this looks like it's worth my time. I'm in." And then away we went. We started doing it, and it took a long time before we got anywhere, but we did. But yes, it was his idea primarily, and then I sort of added in and created my own ideas to go in it. And it's always best to have a few contrasting opinions. Me and Salted, or Salted and I, don't always agree on what Wingcraft should be, but that's good. It's good to have different opinions on what the game should be because then you get the best of both worlds and you get good compromises.
That was that was perfect. Perfectly said. Okay. This question was not planned, but are you the one who how should I say it? Are you in charge of the building?
Absolutely.
The
Ever since Wynncraft beta 1.12, Salted before then did all of the quests, and then after that, we decided that it would be best if I took over the content of the game and Salted focused on the features of the game. So that is to say, Salted would be working out all of the mechanics and the math behind the damage and all that kind of stuff. Whereas I would be working on the physical map and I'd be working on the quests and working closely with the team. But what I mainly do is manage the team. I've created this amazing micro community. We're about 80 people strong now. We've got GMs, builders, moderators, and I'm not even including the moderators in that 80 people, but I manage all of those people, and they are the real workforce behind the entire map. I obviously I do the planning, I do the contributing, and that sort of stuff. But the people that do a lot of the legwork are the build team itself, and the GMs do a lot of the background coding for the quests kind of thing. Whereas I'm more of a person that does the storyline. So I'm like coming up with the ideas, I'm coming up with the fantasy world and the lore. I'm designing the map and the regions and what level goes where. So I'm sort of the overseer of the map, and they are the workforce that are really driving the content home.
okay. So how do you choose these builders, and how do you choose your admins on the server?
Well, for the builders and the GMs, it's fairly easy. We have an application system that we set up a while ago, and it's been great ever since. We used to just do a thing where you would just message me on the forum, and then I'd say yes or no or whatever. But ever since we introduced the build application system, it's been much cleaner. I'm able to accept people in, they add me on Skype, and then we go from there, and they go through the lengthy process to get into the actual build team. And then most importantly, they have to have chemistry. I don't let people in if they are, let's say, less than desirable socially.
Mm-hmm.
If they cause trouble, they're not going to fit in, and that's not what I want. I need everyone in the team to work together and to like each other, and that's why everyone is so friendly. Like, we've made friends. I have made friends in the build team. As for the admins, no one ever gets chosen for an admin unless they're directly working on the higher level development. So, Salted, myself, Jumla, we're all admins. Crunkle, one of the main coders, he's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And the web devs, because they work on something that people sort of take for granted, the website there. So those are the admins, the strong admins. We wouldn't ever promote just a normal player or moderator or builder to admin. It wouldn't make any sense. It's the highest rank possible.
Okay. I was gonna ask something. Okay, never mind. Let's move on to some questions about Gavel. On a scale from 1 to 9,000, how excited are you for Gavel?
9,001.
Wow, you're also over 9,000.
Yes,
It's you and Igbar.
I have. I don't know. I've put a lot of my year into this update, and I've been personally driving the hype of the community, and everyone's been lapping it up. It's brilliant, and I love this. You know, when people play this update, they're going to be playing part of my mind. That's how much is in this. Like, this fantasy world is comprised of thousands of snippets of things that I've taken in and I've regurgitated in the form of Wynncraft. So you might find stuff from Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Zelda, anything like that. You might see any of these things in Gavel because it's just all part of my mind. And there are monsters that don't exist in any other place. Like, in Wynncraft, you'll see things like zombies, skeletons, the generic thing. But in Gavel, you'll see monsters of my own creation, and there'll be quests that kind of explain what they are. For example, there's just a friendly chicken or a turkey or a bird or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's called a grook.
A grook.
Grook. It's just a grook, and it's just a bird, but it's original. It's a bird of my own creation.
Yeah.
There is a monster called a flaris. Now, a flaris is we use a magma cube as the mob, and the lore behind the flaris is that they just love to keep warm, and whenever they're not inside a fiery mountain, they get scared and they start burning everything to keep warm. Oh. So there are some original monsters that have come into Gavel, and it becomes a lot more fantasy-like.
Okay, so I mean, you took inspiration from like movies and fantasy creatures.
A lot of my favorite things have been absorbed into my mind, whether it be movie, video game, stories that I've read or whatever, but somehow they've merged together and created something original. I can't say that there's many rip-offs in Gavel. A lot of the stuff is, by all means, completely original.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, this makes me more excited. This just makes me so much more excited. So, do you actually have a set release date for Gavel?
This has been a topic of great stress for everyone on the team.
I can imagine.
Everyone really wants it out quickly. We want it out finished. Now, the problem is, every time we get close to finishing something new crops up. We get this brand new opportunity to improve Gavel even more than we already have, and we cannot turn it down. We have to do that thing because it may be something that reduces lag by about 10,000% or something like that. And now, disclaimer: I'm not promising that lag will be reduced by 10,000%. But you get my point. There's something that crops up that is opportunistic, and we have to take it. But these things take time. And if there's one thing that we have that's bad, it's that we have a lack of staff. We need more devs.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have enough manpower to do all the things that we'd like. And there's so many things. At the moment we're butter spread over too much. We're butter spread over too much bread. Like we're just spread so thin. There are so many different projects for Gavel that it's becoming increasingly difficult to get the whole thing finished. And we haven't even got to the bug testing stage. That's going to be huge. I don't know how we're going to manage it, but having said that, I will say this: we're not going to be finished for August. I can almost guarantee that. We're hoping to be finished. Oh, don't look sad. I'm sorry. It will be so worth it. We could release now and you could play a half-finished Gavel and be rather disappointed.
Yeah.
We're really hoping to be finished for September. When in September, I don't know. But knowing what they have to do on the feature side, there's quite a lot to do for them in particular, and there's a lot of back-end stuff, and that's the sort of thing that people take for granted, is sort of all the little network things at the back, the servers being created, and everyone knows we've been having a few issues with them, but we've actually redone the entire system, and it's just teething now, so we're fixing a few bugs with that, and that problem should be gone. But it's that kind of thing that take a huge amount of time that people don't really understand, and we're really trying hard. We're working every day. I mean, today alone I was up at 8 and I've been working ever since. So it's been a long jaunt, and we're going to be we're really going to try to get it out as soon as possible. But the thing is, it's hard to say what's going to happen. How do we know if 1.8 updating to 1.8 isn't going to break everything we already have? We just don't know. So it's it's an easy question to ask, but a very difficult question to answer.
True. But me and the rest of the community, we have faith in you. I know for a fact that it will be awesome. Because, I mean, you made Wynncraft, and look at it. I love it. I love it so much. So I don't think Gavel will be any less awesome.
I think you'll be incredibly surprised by what Gavel brings.
Yeah. So speaking of that, how many new features are there that players don't already know about?
Well, a few things have been leaked on the forums.
Yeah.
I would say there's a good... I'd say there's a few features, say 3 features that have been leaked but haven't been properly understood. But there are a good 3 or 4 features in particular, big gameplay features that people don't know about yet. And they are huge. So those will be a huge surprise for everyone that joins the server, because they will be immediately noticeable.
I mean, once we get Gavel and when we actually log on,
yeah,
it's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy.
I expect the servers will be on fire, and it will be about a week before anyone can actually play Gavel. But having said that, we're going to try our best.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually a big worry from my part. But I guess you'll handle it. So, will there be a resource pack for Wynncraft? Because a lot of fan-made resource packs have been made for Wynncraft. Do you have an official one coming up with Gavel?
People that paid attention on the forums would know that I put out a thread saying resource pack maker wanted. And we got a few replies, and we got one in particular that was amazing. And he's actually done some models and textures for Minecraft itself. He sent them to Mogminer, who used to be a Mojang employee, and his textures got added to the game. So if you look at the rabbit and the rabbit mutton, the meat, he actually made those textures for the game. So his stuff is part of Minecraft. And he's actually been the one that's making the resource pack. His name is Zelda Human. It's an odd name. And he's really, really talented. And he's making the resource pack, which will be mandatory, by the way. This is a mandatory resource pack, and it makes the game look so much more immersive. It sets the tone nicely. It fits the color scheme of the website. So...
Oh, that's a good clue, actually.
So you'll see that everything isn't as Minecrafty at all, and we're getting even further away from being Minecraft. We're becoming even more of our own game by using this resource pack, and it's amazing what difference it makes. It really does.
So imagine you got the chance. Would you make Wynncraft its own game, like outside of Minecraft, just its own thing? Have you ever thought about that?
We have considered that, and there are talks about it. Indeed, I'm not going to say too much,
Mm-hmm.
but a game as a standalone Wynncraft is huge.
Yes. Oh, look at this guy.
It's a lot bigger than what we've been doing now.
Mm.
It would take years of development, and the funding we'd need to get the devs and the artists and everything put together for it is insurmountable.
Yeah.
So I think what would happen if we were going to make a standalone game, we'd have to crowdfund it because we don't have the resources to make our own game yet. But
Yeah.
if a crowdfunding went successful, I would have no hesitation in making a standalone Wynncraft. It's been such a joy and a project of mine that I would happily jump on that.
So that would be absolutely amazing. But as you said, that would take some time. So I have a question about Crafted Movie.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys meet each other and start making videos?
So, Crafted Movie was quite a long time ago. I joined their public server actually, and I was just built a house, and it went something along the lines of Salted needed a good builder, and Jumla, the server admin, said he had seen a good build, and it happened to be mine. They asked me to build something for them, and I did, and then it sort of continued that way for a while. They asked me to build more and more for them, and then we started getting into calls more often. They got a bit better at English, and then they started. I started acting as part of their skits, and then from there, we became good friends, and we started recording more and more, and eventually, my character became part of Crafted Movie. And then from there, we made Wynncraft, and that's where we are now. It was sort of been a long time in development, and I did my own series on Crafted Bonus, building with Grian, which I'm now continuing on my own.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what happened. But I think there was a night in particular that really set the difference. It was when I came home drunk, very drunk, from a party, and they were filming, and they needed me to make a rocket, and I made a rocket, and I was so off my face, and I made this really good looking rocket, and they were so surprised. They were like, "I can't believe you just did that." I don't remember making it at all, and then they started recording me, obviously, because it's now on the internet, because I was having a wonderful time. And then that's sort of the moment that I became more known in the Crafted Movie team.
Yeah.
My personality came through a bit more.
The drunk one.
Yeah. From Crafted Bonus, and then I started moving to Crafted Movie, and then that's kind of where we went from there.
Yeah. And I mean, except working on Wynncraft, you also have another project, I would say. You started your own channel.
Yes, I did. I actually started doing my own content about, I'd say properly, 6 months ago. I'd been toying with the idea of doing my own channel for a while. I think it was, I could mark the point where I really wanted to be my own YouTuber. And that was when I went to Insomnia Gaming Festival a few years ago, or 2 years, a while ago.
Yeah.
And I saw everyone there, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to become my own identity rather than being Crafted Movie, being completely anonymous. I'd rather people recognized my voice or knew who I was. So I decided to do my own thing, and that's where I am today. And recently it blew up.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has been going absolutely amazing for you. You now have 80,000 subscribers.
That is correct, and most of those came in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I had 7,000 when I went on holiday, and I just had scheduled a few quick content for while I was away. I came back and I had 80,000 subscribers, and I was blown away by the feedback I got. And it was one video in particular that blew up, and that was due to not Minecraft, YouTube's internal recommendation system. It just hitchhiked on the front page or whatever. People clicked it. It got more and more recommended and went viral. I'd never imagined something like that would.
Yeah, and it's called, for those of you interested, 5 Easy Steps to Improve Your Minecraft House.
That is correct.
And it now has, at this moment, 1.2 million views
Wow.
after a month. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, one last question. Is your channel only going to be building tutorials and other building things, or do you have a plan for something else?
Even if you go on my channel now and click the about, I say I'm a casual YouTuber and I upload whatever the heck I want, and
Oh,
that's kind of
what you
where I'm
do.
at now. I'll upload whatever I want. I have done a few Let's Plays already, although it was semi-building related. They went down really well. I will be continuing primarily on the building tutorials, but for the most part, I will be doing whatever I want. So if I wanted to upload, I don't know, League of Legends or GTA 5 or whatever, I will. But I have no sort of urge to become a Let's Player. I'm quite happy with where my channel's going, the
Yeah.
brand I've got, if you want, or the image. So I'm quite happy with the way things are going. I've got lots of videos planned, and I will be doing a Let's Play of Wynncraft, GAVEL, the GAVEL update. I'll be doing my own personal Let's Play of the things that we have updated and come out, and I'll be giving sort of a creator's insight into some of the things about it.
Okay. So that's all the questions. I will definitely watch your gavel thing. I lost the word.
Let's Play.
Let's play. That's right. And this room is now crowded.
Yeah,
I believe
caught
that's thanks to you. Thanks to you.
they found me.
Yeah, they found the creator, I guess, kind of. Well, okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. This was Weekly Win. My guest was Grian, and I gotta say this video has a lot of new things about Gavel. I am
New information.
exactly. I
Leaks.
cannot speak today. So, as I said, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.
Bye.
All right.